High magic and political inclinations. Those following the path of high magic are by and large traditionalists. Why? Because there is an open, little, very small window in the occult sciences, in learned magic, in educated magic, in Hermetica, within which there is an even smaller window saying you and whispering to you, if you want to engage in traditionalist magic, you must incorporate the etica, the values of those who created those vehicles, whether Egyptian Kemetism, whether Scandinavian or Germanic Hamramer, whether Greco-Roman Virtutes. So let me read a text I conjured recently. Let us begin. Does the discipline that rests upon traditionalism, upon a concentration sharp as a razor's edge, upon great resilience to both psychic and physical pain, upon the ability to sever the Gordian knot through discernment and insight, and upon friendship and reverence for forces greater than oneself, namely high magic and deities, does it not impose certain political inclinations by the very character of its rigorous prerequisites? Now, magical traditionalism, when effective and born of genuine walk with the divinities, tolerates neither the chaotic, licentious so-called witches of the left, nor the rigid, concrete-bound minds of the right, incapable of looking beyond their own narrow frontiers of conservatism. Now, can a left-wing magician, a chaotist, a Wiccan truly traffic with the higher powers when in this solipsism of their paradigm, they don't even believe in their existence, and if they do, they project a bit too much of their looseness? What would happen if such impotents, those unable to cleanse the filth from their own stables of their own mind, senses, and the emotions, were granted any license by the higher forces to practice worthy craft or influence others with their decrepit ideas? It would never occur to them that they are simply ignored by the gods, and that none but their own kind possess any tolerance for their relativistic, super-relativistic swamp they inhabit, trying to hire the gods for their own projections. Magic is not a tolerant discipline. I repeat, magic, true high magic, is not a tolerant discipline, nor is it relative. It does not suffer fools, nor weakness, nor those who deny its structure and the gravity of its deep forces, nor those who crumble mentally at the slightest trial, only to prattle on in their little circles about their superficial experiences and personal gnosis. Neither it is universalist or moralizing art. It will not bow to the fascist bigots, nor the lefty queer crazed idiots. For what conceivable reason should it? It is admirable that left-leaning souls are sensitive and alive when it comes to injustice or social injustice, yet their compassion often borders on madness of imposing their own unbalanced opinions amid the urban frenzy of complete detachment from realpolitik and the world as it is. It is likewise admirable that right-leaning individuals wish to instill some code of values if they are honest, yet they frequently prove hollow vessels whose zeal borders on total ignorance, equally severed from realpolitik. Of course, no one is obliged to agree with me or with the conclusions I draw from many years of experience in these matters. I nevertheless hope that the old hands, the seasoned practitioners who have achieved something genuine in this craft and succeeded, will find themselves in accord with me. Magic is not a compensation for weak characters or fractured personalities, nor is it an escape into fantasy. It is a demanding, austere mistress who is perfectly capable of binding the disheveled aspirant with cord and flogging him from crown to sole if he does not first sculpt within himself, of his own free will and in concordance with coordinates that are drawn from metaphysics into the arete. She need not punish the ignorant, they simply depart without any results, making themselves into a circus of clowns. She sculpts only in material that possesses potential for becoming great. Master Rinzai did not strike random passers-by with his staff, and the fool who presumed to lecture him was thrown out of the monastery on his face. Should such an idiot later boast that he has become a Zen master or the enlightened one, he may crow only upon his own dunghill. Like a cock, removed from the context, he is meaningless both to people and the gods, among the credulous hands. Even beginning adepts keep their successes between themselves, the gods, and the other side of the spirit, which verifies them in every ordeal at every step they make. Those who transmit their experience in one form or another ought first to ripen into it through years of labor, confrontation, and true effect on the metaphysical and spiritual side of affairs, rather than spreading baseless drivel that only sabotages the endeavors of others. Well, you do not agree with me. That doesn't matter. You need not. I never sought verification, approval, or legitimization of my actions from any morons, magical circuses, brotherhoods, sororities, and so on, among men. If I'm verified by spirits and my gods, and my path is correct for me, that means that I'm on the right path. When approval from the other side, the spiritual side, enters, I do not speak of those who dwell in their Dionysian graves, laboring in the lower earthly ethers. The local spheres they presumptuously call the astral reality that has nothing to do with the stars, as though they were prepared for the stars while being buried in their mud. They are not. I mean rather the true other spiritual side of the spirits, of the gods, of the great daimons, which is no longer rooted in mortal flesh, yet remains spiritually alive, potent, inspiring, and beautiful. Therefore, it is not super-relativistic. It is not completely objective, nor is it universalist. But to navigate the path, you need to find coordinate. And if you don't, bury yourself in your drivel of mud and pretend you are magicians. Thank you.